It's kind of like as soon as he stopped being able to be the young lead character.
Yeah, he
they just-
immediately became the
Yeah.
mentor.
I mean, look at him in Goldmember.
Oh, that's...
That's the best example.
Where he literally plays a person who's too old to be the main character anymore.
Yeah.
That's basically literally the, Austin Powers Faja's position in the story.
His what?
His Faja.
His Faja?
His Faja. His dad is Faja. Oh, his father.
Oh, a new pattern here.
Oh, fucking crap. Holy ball nuts.
And they go fast.
Yeah, they do. Holy.
These are some fast ball nuts.
Hapatootie, bless my soul. Fucking, holy shit. This is a lot harder to deal with than the last one. Ow! That didn't help at all. That did.
Oh!
And he's also just appearing on top of us. That's not helpful.
It's not?
No, it's not. I'm just gonna keep backflipping through this shit because I can do that.
The shields, they do nothing.
Well, they do things right up until you run out of shield meter.
Yeah. Oh!
And I didn't land on a bullet. Sweet! I like it when I don't land on a bullet.
Gotta run away!
It's kind of funny for how much of not a movie person I am, that there's a lot of actors where, like, the thing I actually first think of is,
Austin
not...
Powers?
No. The first thing I think of is, like, very different than what other people think of, and in some cases is a movie that they've never even heard of.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's a good example of that?
Johnny Depp, The Libertine.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I actually think of that movie when I think of Johnny Depp.
Wow. That's not the main one.
Yeah, that's not one people think of. Of the many movies people would think of for Johnny Depp, The Libertine's
I'm like,
not one of them.
There's like 30 other movies I would choose before that one.
Exactly, right? And then, like, the guy who played Two-Face in the Nolan Batman,
Yeah.
I actually think of Thank You for Smoking.
Yeah, no, that's actually what I would go with that.
Like, that's a more common one, yes,
Yeah.
but, that's still, like, most people would probably be like, oh, yeah, Two-Face from the Nolan Batman film, because it's a big, well-known movie and yada yada.
Yeah.
That's just another example. The Libertine is easily, like, probably the primest example of, like, thinking of a dude. I think of The Prestige.
At least you don't default to Dead Man for Johnny Depp.
That is one of the ones I think of, though. I do know that movie.
Yeah.
So.
That's probably his least known movie.
Of course, that would be one of the ones I know. Or like The Secret Window.
Oh no, I love that one. Well,
that one was actually genuinely creepy.
Yeah, no, I really liked that one a lot.
They did that one. He played a genuinely, like, creepy, terrifying person in that.
Yeah. That was when I was like, yeah, no, this guy definitely acts.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
I mean, I was already a fan, but I was like, nope, this is my favorite actor now.
Just the ending. Just the ending of that movie when he tells the cop that he finally came up with an end for his book.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, fucking hell. That was good. I really liked that part. Favorite part of the movie, easily. And it's good to go off on a strong, like, delivery like that. Have we talked about the game we're playing, like, for the last hour at any point?
Oh, we don't need to. It's the same game we've been playing for a while.
I guess, but, like,
we talked about these Al-Qaeda people.
Wow. Like, the game wasn't being that bad about it. Come on.
Well, I don't remember their actual fake name.
Nastani. They're the
Nastani.
They're the Nastani.
The Nastani. Yeah, we've talked about the Nastani.
What? This guy needs to stop dodging everything.
So, Johnny Depp.
I want to go back to talking about Johnny Depp now, please. Thank you.
Still my favorite actor, yeah. Yeah. I'm dead again. Damn it.
It's been a long time since I've, like, really tried to movie it up at all. So, I don't know what about, like, favorite actors anymore. You just... Oh, what the bullshit, Paul? You fucking shithead.
Although,
Fuck.
Ryan Reynolds is also one of my favorite actors, and that's not just based off of Deadpool, because a lot of people are saying that now after Deadpool.
Everyone seemed to hate Ryan Reynolds before, from what I could tell.
Oh, I've always been a huge fan of Ryan Reynolds. He's always been one of my favorites.
I've never like really cared, but then the one Ryan Reynolds movie I think of is Green Lantern, and everyone apparently hated that movie. I thought it was perfectly good. I don't know why people hate that movie so much.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
I have no idea why people hate that movie so much, and I know the Green Lantern stuff. Like I've read the Green Lantern books, and I'm a comic book person in general. Like I don't know why people have such a problem with that movie. And if there's anything wrong with that movie, like it's not Ryan Reynolds, to be perfectly honest, because he plays a pretty pitch perfect Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Like I would have chosen Ryan Reynolds to play a Hal Jordan. He really fits the bill.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't even know what the fuck people are complaining about.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea because I haven't seen it, so I can't.
And like I've never heard like nobody's given me a reason. Like I remember I brought that up during your birthday party thing, and Josh was like immediately, "Oh God, that movie was so bad." And I was like, "What was bad?" He was like, "It was just bad." And I was like, "This is why I don't care about anybody's opinions anymore, because this is like all they've got is it was bad. It's just bad. I don't have to explain it." It's like,
Oh, there's a lot of.
like give me a reason, something to
that
like.
happens a lot in film debate. Like people are like, "It's just bad." I'm like, well, that really is not a reason.
That's not. Yeah, it's not good enough. I want you to explain why you think it's bad.
I think a lot of that comes
so that
down
I can
to
try
that,
to understand.
because of the fact that games, we understand how we want it to play, and we're interacting with it, so we can come up with an idea of like what we don't like. But if we see a movie and we don't like it, because we're not part of it, we're not engrossed in it, we don't know what part caused that. We don't know why we're not connecting with this movie.
I don't know. I mean, it really depends, and it depends on how much of a movie person you really are. But like, I know that in some cases, I'm not sure why I do or don't like a movie, and that's definitely the case.
Yeah.
But there are definitely times when I do know. It's just that when an opinion is so prevalent, these guys won't stop backing up under my HUD. I would.
Are you gonna hide under my HUD then?
I would
it's
really.
Actually, your HUD, my HUD.
I would really prefer if they stopped hiding under the HUD. Here, I'll just kill them.
That's a good idea.
I think that's a good idea. But like when an opinion is so prevalent, like I kind of want an actual reason for it.
Yeah.
Like all the hate for Lightning in FF13, I don't get it, and nobody's provided me like an actual reason.
I don't get it. She's a little bland, but I don't dislike her.
Yeah, like I could get people thinking she's a bit bland, and I totally get it. And like especially
I like Snow way more.
Yeah, no, I get that too. But like I totally get, at least from the first game, like she's kind of a bitch. But like the whole point of the games, and especially RPGs, is that they tend to be character driven. There tend to be character arcs. Yeah. You've got to give the character a chance to actually grow.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I started with Lightning Returns, and I was like, yeah, she's a little standoffish, but like she's a good person. We hear her inner thoughts a lot, and she clearly cares about people, and she wants to help. She's just, she's a very stoic person who doesn't talk much. Okay, that's cool.
I don't know if there's some...
I've been waiting for that bug we were seeing the reflection of to get down here.
People say things about Lightning, and I don't know if it's a positive or a negative.
Right.
This specific thing that I'm going to say.
Okay.
People say that she's like Cloud, which, yes, she was actually intended to be like Cloud as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, I can definitely see it,
is
too.
that positive or negative?
Yeah, like that's entirely up to the interpretation, because if you liked Cloud, then maybe it's a positive. If you didn't like Cloud,
and it's also like, well, if you liked Cloud, why don't you like Lightning? If you say that she's like Cloud,
yeah. Ooh, might have done that too soon. No, I got it.
Like maybe she doesn't grow as dramatically, like a sudden shift.
Of course, if her change was more organic, I would say that that's actually a positive in the writing. That there isn't just that kind of tropey, that one big scene and now they're a different character, which is not realistic.
Well, I mean, technically Cloud kind of evolves multiple times.
Yeah, well,
it's not a progressive thing.
I'm not necessarily saying that like that is how it works with Cloud, but that is a thing you do see in general.
Yeah.
In stuff where it's like you just get that one big dramatic scene and now they're a new person for the rest of the story, and it's very abrupt, and it's just
Yeah.
this one transformative change as opposed to a more organic, real world way of changing.
And I think that the Final Fantasy VII with Cloud handled that in a pretty balanced way because of the fact that
you see a lot of like the things happening to him without the story and the change that it imparts.
Exactly. But it's like, here's a big thing that happens, there's a dramatic change. Here's another big thing that happens, is a dramatic change. But all of that adds up rather than it just being one thing that happens and it's completely different. It's this thing happens, here's a big difference, not a full difference.
I actually found, going back and playing 8 a second time, that I really liked Squall a lot more because I paid attention to his character arc.
Right, yeah, that's why I never really cared, because I didn't.
I still am not like super partial to Rinoa though. Her character doesn't really change much. She does, however, have one of my favorite character moments in the entire story, despite that. You're heading into the temple. Your entry point is kilometers below the surface, but Kardathra's chamber is still much further down. You should expect to see more of the elite Nistani warriors and shaman of higher order. Work your way to the lift to Kardathra's chamber. I'll send the route. Yeah, the second time I played through 8, though, I was like, wow, I really, really like this game. Actually, now I got my head wrapped around the mechanics, so I'm not being pissed off by the GF system.
Yeah.
And I'm paying more attention to the characters, and I'm liking the characters. I even like Rinoa more. I'm just still not super partial.
Yeah.
Okay, you're set. I'm detecting surges of shamanistic energy. It is almost as if the temple is fueled by it. I'll run more scans and get back when the data is clear.
Yeah, I think 8 just hit at the wrong time for me.
It's entirely feasible. I mean, in a lot of cases, it's like I've played 6. I 100% at 6, and I still. Ow! Wow. Okay. Don't do what I just did.
Yeah, just shoot them from afar.
Yeah.
Shoot them from Jafar.
And I still don't really like see it as this big, tremendous, amazing thing that like so many of the huge fans do. It just didn't. And a lot of that just had to do, however, with when I, experienced it in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't experience it when it was new and I was young and it was still, like, kind of surprising. For me, that was Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
And Chrono Trigger literally 180'd my opinions on JRPGs. It changed who I was as a gamer. Like, that's how important, that's why that game's so important to me.
That's 7 to me.
Yeah.
Even though as far as, like, RPGs, I had tried...
What? Oh, God, what the fuck?
I had tried the first couple Final Fantasies that were released in the US. The first 2.
Yeah.
I hadn't played 3, which would be 6.
Yeah.
And then what really, like, got me into RPGs was actually Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, I hear that from a lot of people, and I totally get it.
And then after that, like, I really didn't care for any of the other ones I had played. I never played Chrono Trigger, so that's, a different thing. I never played Earthbound, so...
Yeah, I couldn't even get into Earthbound. I actually don't really like playing Earthbound.
I just know that these are, like, the ones that, people really latch onto. And I didn't really play another RPG that caught me until 7. And I was like, oh, man, this is a life-changing event. Like, it's weird to think, like, the 3 of the most influential games on me...
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I'm thinking
health. We're totally gonna go down there at some point.
Even in this order, I think it's Final Fantasy VII, Super Mario 64, and Metal Gear Solid. I think those are the 3 most influential games on me as a person.
And those are definitely ones you hear like being big and like really big things for people. And I definitely agree. I like. And even, it might sound almost silly to some people to say Super Mario 64. It's like, it's just a fucking Mario game. But it's like, but it's a Mario game. There's a reason why they're so beloved.
God, no, it changed everything.
It's so good. Yeah, like, it showed us how to do, like, 3D gaming. Like, how to really make that something that could be beautiful and expansive and fucking, like, really immersive and enjoyable. Because up until then, 3D graphics were just sort of a gimmick. The 3D world wasn't really that big a deal. It wasn't being used any differently than a fucking top-down adventure game was using it.
Yeah.
So it's like, that was really, really fucking awesome. And I mean, me too. I'm not a big Mario person, but I could go pop in fucking Mario 64 just any day of the week and, really have a good time.
Yeah, that one is just amazing. And like those 3 games in general, like they all kind of they all came out in a similar time period, but they each kind of redefined gaming in general.
Oh yeah, no, Metal Gear Solid most certainly, and Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if I'd say it redefined, but I would say that it definitely it. I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. It's one of those things where like, I know what I want to say, I just don't know how to say it. Oh god. I think it reminded people like what you could do with a JRPG. That it could be something really coming after 6 especially, where 6 was still just a fantasy game.
Yeah.
And being this like thing that was multiple tones and genres, where it was telling kind of a sci-fi story, a fantasy story, a character story. Like
yeah.
It was like you can do all these things, people. You really can. That's what games can do.
Yeah. But it was just like the breadth of story and characters and like just the world, like the size of this world, and like the first time I left the city of Midgar, I was like, "There's more."
There's more. Yeah, no, that's definitely a like. Even I had that moment too, where you leave Midgar, and you're like, "There's a that was one fucking city. That was one place in this game. Holy shit! There was so much more game here. Holy crap!"